Germany. My name is Andy Dorsey, and yours is probably not. So I grew up in the Chicago suburbs in the American Midwest and moved to Berlin, Germany in 2016. Since then, I've been working my way through American branded products here so that you don't have to. Today we will be looking at that most American of pizza styles, hot dog style. Yes, indeed. Now, I picked this up at Real, but you can find it in many different grocery stores throughout Europe because it's made by a German company called Dr. Oetker. They do about 7 billion euros of business every year, and they're one of the biggest manufacturers of ingestible products. That, I would say, is about as charitable as we can be with the description of our hot dog pizza here. As you can see, it's quite yellow. And that's because it is not just a pizza with cut up hot dogs on top. No, it is truly a hot dog style pizza. So in addition to the, let's say, more normal ingredients, bread, tomato sauce, and mozzarella cheese, we've also got cut up hot dogs, fried onions, pickles, mustard, and ketchup. So not just tomato sauce, but also ketchup. They're listed separately in the ingredients on the back. And that brings us all together to 21 grams of sugar for this pizza. Just to give you an example, that's more than in this normal-sized apple. So quite sugary, and I suppose for that part, fitting for American diet. This is part of Dr. Oetker's Culinaria line of pizzas, for which he basically picks a country that sounds kind of exotic and then throws their most famous dish on top of a pizza. So I don't know if I have any Greek or Turkish colleagues out there, but if not, hey, this would be a good place to get started with your YouTube series. Unlike some pizza scholars, I don't think it's necessary to go all the way back to antiquity to try to find the origin of the pizza. I mean, for me, basic ingredients in a pizza are bread, tomato sauce, and cheese. And tomatoes didn't even make it over to Italy until sometime in the mid-1500s. Now, by the mid-1700s, people around Naples were indeed eating what we would think of as pizza. And when they moved to the United States about 100 years later, these Neapolitan immigrants brought pizza with them. Became a rather popular dish in Italian-American communities in the United States. Oddly enough, though, it wasn't very diffuse in Italy at that time. So Italy is a famously fractured country. Yes, they unified in 1871, but not terribly successfully, if we're honest. And so in around, let's say, 1900, you'd actually be much more likely to find pizza in New York than you would in Rome or Milan. It just didn't spread from Naples to the other parts of Italy until much later. And with that, I think it's fair to say that American-style pizza, now let's say true, authentic American-style pizza, not hot dog style, I think it is a legitimate branch of the pizza family. Now, our favorite topping in the United States is a type of salami, which we call pepperoni. I think it's important to distinguish there because if you go to Italy and order a pepperoni pizza, they will hear pepperoni, and they will bring you a pizza with bell peppers on top, and I don't think anybody wants that. Pepperoni, as we know it, was thought up by Italian Americans, and so that's why it's much more popular in the United States than it is in Italy. Salami, though, is also Germans' favorite pizza topping, but hot dogs are not our favorite topping in the United States. Pizza has a high degree of plasticity, so you can do pretty much whatever you want to a pizza, and I guess it's still pizza. I'm not going to say that no American has ever put hot dogs on their pizza, but it's not a terribly common thing. On the list of Americans' top 20 most beloved pizza toppings, you do not find hot dogs. You also do not find them on the list of Americans' top 20 most hated pizza toppings. It's just not something that we would even think to put on our pizza. Unfortunately though, this idea that American-style pizza has hot dogs in it is quite widespread throughout Europe. It's not just here in Germany. In San Marino, for instance, I had this pizza americana with French fries on it. In Italy as well, you can find pizza with French fries and cut-up hot dogs being sold as American pizza. At least in all of this, there is a little bit of revenge for me. Dr. Oetker, being German, evidently has no idea about Italian pizza, and so he also has a supposedly Italian pizza, which is pizza pasta. He just took, again, the most famous dish of Italy and put it on top of a pizza. Now, I've shown this to a couple of Italians, and yeah, their reactions are just about the same as when I got my first look at this hot dog pizza here. It's equally abhorrent to both of us. Now, that being said, I mean, Dr. Oetker has made it, so I guess we may as well see what it's like. We can open it up here and take a look. It is indeed quite yellow, these splotches of mustard, and you can see there are in fact little bits of pickles on here. Delicious American-style pizza topping, not to mention all of the hot dogs. So let's pop it in the oven and see what it tastes like. So here we've got the pizza. It's gotten a little bit less yellow, I guess, with being cooked, but you can definitely smell the pickles and mustard here. I guess we'll give it a try. The nice hot dog slices here. Oh, it's quite sweet. Probably the mustard or pickles, I guess. I don't know, as with most of these things, it's edible, I guess. That's about as much as I would say for it. Yeah, I'm not going to throw it out, I'll finish it, but that's about it. So then, is there a German equivalent? Yes, on a couple of different levels. If you're looking for the most German pizza ever, that's probably this one here. It has the German flag on it, a garden gnome, which are very popular here in Germany, and it says, "Germany, your pizza" on it. But that was just a special limited time offer, so I'm not sure exactly how much that one qualifies. I guess on a much more 1-to-1 scale, with this hot dog pizza, would have to be this Alpine style pizza with cut up Weisswurst on top of it. But again, I don't think anybody actually would eat that here. It's just like a weird specialty pizza. If you want a German equivalent for pizza that is both local and good, then I would have to recommend Flammkuchen. Here, Dr. Oetker does redeem himself a little bit because his Flammkuchen is pretty darn good. This is not exactly pizza, but something very similar. It comes from the Alsace region, which has shuttled back and forth between France and Germany over the last 300 years, and is now part of France, at least since 1945. Flammkuchen is like a very, very thin crust pizza that is made with crème fraîche instead of tomato sauce, and then usually has onions and speck, sort of like bacon, on top of it. That's the traditional style of Flammkuchen. Now, when I first moved here, of course, I tried Flammkuchen, but I always thought of it as sad German pizza. Over the years, though, I would say it has really grown on me. It's probably one of my favorite German foods now. I'm always happy to eat it whenever I get a chance. Now, how about you? Would you try Flammkuchen if you had the opportunity? Have you ever cut up a hot dog and put it on your pizza for some reason? Just let me know in the comments down below, and perhaps now you know a little bit more about American food in Germany.